The streets is my financial advisor. When I see other people having their money, I get inspired. I'm far from a hater, that's what I'm not. I'm a congratulator. Tell them I see you and give them props. From my savings to my socks on the block and flea flicking rocks, getting beat up by cops to buying matches on mountaintops. No more going to the station, getting fingerprinted. No more only time I get fingerprinted.
With GroovN4Life TV, and I'm here with Deaundre Bonds. We're just going to get a little update since he's had his little stint in prison, and we're going to talk a little bit about where he was and where he's going to. Hi, Deaundre. How are you?
I'm all right.
Good, thank you.
GroovN4Life. What's going on with you?
Can you tell me a little bit about where you were prior to being arrested? What was going on in your life that was causing all this turmoil?
A lot of issues, alcohol issues. I'm doing a documentary based on my struggles with that problem that was really, it was like a terrible disease. Like they say it's a disease, however, it's a conquerable disease. I know that now. But when you're in the midst of it, or when it has a hold on you, a grasp on you, it's like you don't have no understanding of that. Everything else is secondary. I was struggling with that. Like I said, I'm making a documentary based on that. And my ultimate, my battles with it and overcoming it, no matter what the means, it's the ends that justify the mean, I was always told, and I find that to be truthful. I just got out of being in prison. That was something, I did 20 months, again, after I did the first time. I did 9 years, 7 months my first term, and that helped me. And then I got out, and it was a whole nother reality after being gone for 10 years. So a lot of the things that came with being back in society and the responsibilities that come with that. I used to camouflage a lot of things by drinking, and it got to a point where it overcame me. And I wasn't even focused on my work anymore. So I wound up getting arrested again behind alcohol. And I did 20 months, but it was another opportunity for me to be sat down and have to see what's really going on with myself from a clear mind. Everything stripped of me again. I think that's one of the best things that can happen to some people. A lot of people that are struggling with addiction. I think that sometimes it may not necessarily be like a halfway or alcohol abuse program or substance abuse program, but prison, I hate to say it, man, that shit is a quick 6 months of that, or a year, 2 years. Yeah, I hate to say it, but if you have anything that you're struggling with, and that takes it away from you. Not saying it's not alcohol manufactured in prison and all kind of other drugs. However, the consequences, and then you being sober for so long and knowing that you got a chance to better yourself and go home, it's going to prevent you from, partaking in things that go on in prison, because more time, gets added to you.
And so it's safe to say, you think that the first time you were in prison, you were young.
I was young.
And you came out after 10 years, and you're still young, and you're trying to get a grasp of your friends and who you need to be around, and alcohol played a big portion of that.
Yes.
So then this time, it was a violence against family, so when you went this time, it was a big wake-up call.
No, I didn't go against no family.
Okay.
That was, that's misunderstood.
Okay.
It was never I never had any violence against anyone.
Okay.
They took me to jail on the 20 months that I just did for carrying I had a knife on me.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't supposed, they called me out in front of somebody's yard, and I had a knife on me.
Okay.
And then, so that was kind of like ex-con, because I have a prior felony carrying a concealed weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I went to jail.
Okay.
That was it, nothing else. There wasn't no altercation, no violence, or no verbal altercation. There was no victim, there was nothing. I just had a knife on me, and the police caught me with it, and that's why I went to jail.
So you think this time coming out, you're older,
Yes, ma'am.
and you've thought about like where you're gonna go, your new path. You have a child,
Yes, I do.
and that's like
That's
the
my
biggest dream, the
motivation.
biggest thing to
Yeah,
live for. Yes.
That's my motivation. If nothing, even though it's more to it than that, that's my main motivation. You know, I got a child, and I have a wife, and I have a family, and I have responsibilities as a man to my family, and they're the most important people to me. So if I put anything else before them, such as any addiction, then that means they don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's not gonna ever be the case. I'm too strong for that. I'm through with my struggles with alcohol, and like I said, I recorded a lot of my mishap. I want to say my failures because of alcohol, and I got it documented. I'm doing a documentary, and it's based on my struggles with alcoholism, and ultimately my overcoming that disease. You know, that sickness, that wicked. It's a demon. You know.
What do you think you would say to people that are in your position, that in your previous position, people that are struggling with alcohol addiction right now? What would you say to them? What would be the biggest thing that you could say to them as a recovering alcoholic?
The biggest thing that I could say is that I understand what you're going through because I've been through it. And it's nothing light about it. It's nothing to laugh at. It's nothing to beat yourself over the head for, but it is something that you have to come to the understanding and make a clear decision that it's no good for you. And once I think we get fed up with something, be it whatever it is, you can only go the opposite way. You can only turn around, and when you're sick of something, you're fed up with something, you leave it alone. And it's that easy. Once you let it go, don't go back and grab it again. Don't go back and pick it up because you think about what it used to do. Once you start thinking about what it used to do, also think of what else it did once it had you on that I feel good, or you feeling good. You was in jail. You wind up hurting something. You wind up being hurt. You wind up missing your rent. It's too much negativity that comes along with that false feeling of ecstasy or anything like that. You know what I mean? I would tell people, don't ever give up on yourself. You can conquer it for real, because I have. And I know I was an absolute alcoholic, period. And it was nothing nice, and it almost destroyed me completely, spiritually, mentally, physically. However, by the grace of Almighty God, Allah, I'm here, and He has mercy upon me to have me here, because I don't deserve nothing. I don't think anybody deserves anything. However, it's because of the potential that's in us that God looks at and sees, and He works with us.
It's a blessing.
And that's the beauty. I see I have absolute potential and responsibility and a duty to do what I'm meant to do, and to be sober, and to be, a testimony. Like a lot of people going through it right now. I hope that I can be a testimony to you, to let you know that, man, I was the worst of the worst when it came to alcohol, and I can say that I'm through with it. I don't have a hunger or thirst, desire for it no more, and that's
it's all about wrapping your brain around it
and letting go.
And letting go.
Don't go back and pick it up. Don't even think about it. It's so weak. When I look at myself back then now, and I say, I can't believe I had let this really control my life to the point where it almost cost me my life. Something so, but it's the spirits that's in them out there, in them drink. It's not just a drink feeling. It's spirits. That's why they call it spirits. There's other things that come with that we don't know.
right?
And that be the struggle. Once you are to your clear state of mind.
And so how many months have you had sobriety now?
21 months.
That's amazing.
21 months sobriety.
Well, thank you.
That's
awesome.
That's a start, and that's the finish. It's not going. I'm no longer an alcoholic as far as I won't even say I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink, so I don't have that issue no more. I don't even have to continue to try to put that back up on me. That weight is it's gone already.
That's right.
So.
Well, this has been quite the experience, and I enjoyed talking to you.
I likewise.
And we're just so happy that you're out.
I'm happy
you're doing
to see
well,
you. I am.
and we're excited for what's to come. Because I'm sure there's going to be more movies.
Oh yeah.
The documentary. So many
television series.
Right, so many blessings coming your way.
Movies, all that. That's what I do. That's what I love. That's my passion, and that's what I'm gonna do sober right now.
That's right.
And I'm anxious.
Well, we're
excited.
anxious for you excited for you. Thank you.
GroovN4Life, Deaundre Bonds, y'all.
What other dollar you murder for? Is that the one fighting for your soul? Or your brother's the one that you're running from? But if you got money, fuck it, 'cause I want some.